Let's talk about the best acoustical roof deck for your project. Tectum Structural Acoustical Roof Deck. You know, when we're talking about roof deck, I'm talking about the structural member which goes over your beams, whether they be steel or wood. So in other words, the Tectum Composite Roof Deck is going to be taking the place of the steel deck on your project where you need it. But the thing is about Tectum Roof Deck is it's very unique. It offers not just the structural, but it offers acoustical ability, it offers the R value that you need on your project, and it also offers a nail board that can be used for whatever roofing material you're using. So let's just review those for a second. Here's a sample of a Tectum Composite Roof Deck. That's sort of like a little chunk, but picture this in a big, huge piece on your project. First of all, you have the Tectum material, which is a wood fiber product on the bottom, which is very sound absorptive. And then you have the insulation in between that can be in the thickness that you want to meet the R value you need on your project. Normally these R values are around like 30, but it can be whatever you want it to be. And then here's the nail board, the OSB nail board, which any roof that you choose virtually can go over it. Now we have two types of composite roof deck. One of them has the Dow insulation, and the other one has a more generic insulation. And both can be used, although we'll talk a little bit later about how if you're doing a pool, you want to be using the Dow product. Think of this roof deck as like an advanced SIP panel. It can be used in projects like gymnasiums. It's very commonly used, pools, multi-purpose rooms, cafetoriums, or really any open space where you want to have that look of the exposed structure, but you want to have a high sound absorption also. Now, you're going to see it mostly in sloped projects, and as far as installing it, it comes in very large pieces. I'm showing you just a little sample here, but imagine this being 4 feet wide and up to 16 feet long. We commonly recommend a 2-span condition. In other words, if your structural members are 6 feet on center, we'll provide a 12-foot long piece of the Tectum Composite Roof Deck on your project. It comes with a tongue and groove along the long ends of the panel, and it's screwed and glued to your structural members and over your structural members. The fasteners are usually self-tapping fasteners, and we have fasteners available for both wood and for steel structural members. Now, some other things to remember about the installation are, imagine that when you're putting this up, you're putting up a 4-foot wide by a 16-foot piece of material in one shot. So you're taking care of the acoustical, you're taking care of the R value, and you're taking care of your attaching member for your roof, all in one installation. So you have this huge amount. It goes up very quickly, in short. Now, the other thing you want to keep in mind is there's no screws that are showing. Some of these metal decks, I don't know how architects accept the random screws coming through the roof deck, particularly in a gymnasium where you're going to have balls that are going to be being maybe coming in contact with the roof deck, and so it's not only aesthetically displeasing, but it also it's not functional. With the Tectum roof deck, all the screws occur only when the material crosses the structural members. You're never going to see the screws protruding through your roof deck. So when the end result is you have a very understated structural roof deck in your project. Now, another thing I want to mention is we have all testing available for the Tectum roof deck on the website and also in our other materials. So you never have to worry about the building codes. We meet the building codes for all the different things that you need, whether it be load, diaphragm, and wind testing, and things of that nature. We also have in-house engineering available at Tectum, and we do complete shop drawings for all of your projects. Now, don't let the acoustical roof deck be VE'd out of your project, by the way. I would say we have probably 6 projects a year where end users call us up and say, I can't believe they VE'd out the acoustical roof deck in our project, and now we have this nightmare scenario acoustically in our space, and we have to go in normally and rectify that with wall panels that it could have been taken care of right in the initial phases of the job. So keep that in mind when you're designing your project. The other thing to watch out for is the main competition of this wood fiber structural roof deck by Tectum would be like a perforated metal deck. Well, there are metal decks out there basically called B-deck, which if you look closely at the acoustical data, you'll find that it gets an NRC, or noise reduction coefficient, of only about 0.20, which is really kind of pathetic. Where the Tectum composite roof deck, you're going to be getting an NRC of up to 0.70 NRC, which is excellent for your space. So don't be fooled by just looking at some chart. Look carefully at how it's tested, because the B-deck, for example, the testing that they show is done with fiberglass insulation directly above it, which can never happen and meet code in commercial construction project. So the real NRC is very low, as I said. So we would love to help you engineer your project at Shannon Corporation. Give us a call and we will help you pick the right roof deck for your project. Thank you very much.